Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 4.
Stories making headlines today. One man was arrested for breaking into several cars in Fargo. Police caught 20-year-old Nicholas Sorensen going through multiple vehicles in the 2500 block of 15th Street South around 2:30 this morning. Authorities say they found stolen items on him, and he's now in the Cass County Jail on multiple charges, including unlawful entry into a vehicle and possession of stolen property. And a man in Harwood was arrested early this morning after hitting someone in the head with a pool cue. Cass County sheriffs went to Sanford Health around midnight to look into an alleged assault that happened at a local bar. Deputies learned a 38-year-old person from Fargo was injured after being hit in the head. Casey Lusk was arrested for aggravated assault. And a jury has convicted a man of 3 charges relating to the death of a woman back in March of 2019. 24-year-old Devon James Polshinsky is guilty of first-degree murder, first-degree arson, and second-degree murder. He'll spend life in prison for the murder of Alexandra Ellingston. Polshinsky's sentencing date is October 16th at 1 p.m. And Fargo police say mental health problems may have played a role in a North Side stabbing last night. Police swarmed the area around Broadway and 30th Avenue North around 10:30. Officers talked to the people that were there, but the victim didn't want to press any charges and didn't want treatment. Authorities say everyone involved in the stabbing knew each other, and the victim says it was accidental. That tops today's look at your top 4 at 4. Now let's check in with Hutch with your first alert forecast.
Well, I'll tell you what, tonight looks absolutely outstanding to get out and enjoy. And as a suggestion, it's going to be a good idea to enjoy that weather if you like warmth. There's going to be a little bit of a breeze out there. Look at the beautiful colors as advertised here by our Valley Skycam. Here's a look at the thunderstorm activity out near the Iron Range, just east of Walker Lake. We have a few thunderstorms, and as those exit the Bemidji area, your temperatures there have warmed a bit. 68 for you. It's nearly 80 in Fargo, Moorhead, Jamestown, and in Grand Forks as well, as we enjoy pleasant temperatures, summer-like weather really, for our evening. Overnight, I expect an increase in wind and clouds. There'll be some showers as we begin our weekend as well. Saturday will be the better of the 2 weekend days, but we'll have a chance of rain now each day for the next several days. I'll have details on that, and we'll talk about how low we go temperature-wise coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Hutch. And the Minnesota Department of Health is reporting 1,191 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, along with 6 new deaths linked to the illness. In North Dakota, there are 436 new cases, along with 8 more deaths in the state. The death toll now sits at 219. And the Horace boys basketball coach and his team are starting a new charity to give back to the community. The foundation, called Buckets of Love, works by pledging an amount per every free throw made throughout the season. Coach Derek Hutchinson says the team will give back to his family that has fallen back on hard times.
We just need things like this where we can lean on each other and we can give back and just take away the positives of things that are going on within our town, within our community, our school.
To learn how to get involved in the charity, download our VNL News app. And Fargo North High School planted a tree to honor a late teacher. Rod Capistrin died in April after a heart attack while teaching a virtual class. He was a math teacher since 2003. The Autumn Blaze maple tree is on the east side of the school by the staff parking lot. It will serve as a long-term reminder of the significant impact Mr. Capistrin had on his students, fellow faculty members, and community. This is the second memorial Fargo North has put together for the teacher. A memory shadow box now sits in the math portion of the school. And the Red River Valley Climate Action Group says something needs to be done about climate change in the FM Metro. They're doing a march today at 4:30 at Island Park. They plan on walking to City Hall, the Forum Building, and Senator John Hoeven's office before going back to the park. For anyone who wants to continue marching, they are going to Moorhead City Hall next. We'll have coverage on the march on our newscast later this evening and online on valleynewslive.com. And early voting in Minnesota started this week. We're hearing from lots of voters who have mailed unsolicited ballot applications. They include personal information like the voter's name, address, and sometimes how often they voted. How legit are these applications, and what should you do if you get one? Here's WCCO's Kate Radetz.
These are two of the unsolicited absentee ballot applications sent to us by a WCCO viewer. They were mailed to him from the Voter Participation Center. Marlis also got something similar in the mail.
I got two again today.
She threw it away and is voting early in person at the Carver County Government Center.
I'm 81, and it's my privilege to come and vote in person.
Here's one from the Republican Party of Minnesota. While applications like this aren't directly from the Secretary of State's office, they are legitimate.
By legitimate, I mean it does accomplish what it says it will. If you fill out their form and send it to the place they tell you to send it, it will result in the person getting an absentee ballot.
Some viewers have reported getting applications addressed to people who no longer live in their home. Minnesota Secretary of State Steve Simon says some of those other groups do not always have up-to-date voter information, but the state does.
The good news is that even if they send to someone who's no longer there, or even send to someone who's no longer with us, we have security features in place so that no one can get by with voting an absentee ballot they shouldn't.
If you are unsure about the validity of any election materials you are sent in the mail, here's some good advice.
If the address they're asking you to mail this thing they sent you is not a government office, if it's not your county, if it's not your city.
And if you've already requested a ballot, there's no need to fill out another application.
There's a lot of false information out there. So just making sure that your vote is heard and that you're filling out the right application is important.
Kate Radetz, WCCO 4 News.
Voters are able to track the status of their absentee ballot. You can contact your local election office for more information. And Ivanka Trump was in Winona, Minnesota today to campaign for her father, President Trump. She spoke of her father's authenticity and encouraged supporters to fight for the president in the upcoming election. This comes after she joined Vice President Pence in the Twin Cities yesterday. They made several stops, including visiting with the local hair salon whose business was burned down in the unrest. They also went to a roundtable discussion on law enforcement. And Fargo Veterans Affairs is holding a grand opening and ribbon-cutting ceremony today at their new Community Resource Center. Valley News Team's Bailey Hurley joins us live with the latest. Bailey?
Yeah, Kelly, this is only the 31st center like this in the entire country, and officials say that the #1 goal of this center is to eliminate homelessness with veterans altogether. And now, Kelly, they kind of call this a one-stop shop, which truly it is. We're in downtown Fargo. We're just on the corner of 1st Ave and 8th Street North, and inside these doors is everything, truly. They have health care, mental health care. They have cooking classes, a food pantry, women's care. And Callie, anybody who walks in, if they don't have a job, you're going to walk out with a job or many job opportunities hand in your hand. If you don't have any sort of permanent address, permanent home, you're going to walk out with either a home that you're going to go to or, again, opportunities. They truly say that they just want to make all the lives of those who have served our country so bravely. They want to give back to them and make their lives as easy and the best that they possibly can. Now, coming up tonight on Valley News Live at 5, you'll hear from some of those distinguished guests who are here both in person and virtually, including both Senators Kevin Cramer and John Hoeven. For now, reporting live in downtown Fargo, Bailey Hurley, Valley News Live.
What a cool new facility. Thanks so much, Bailey. We look forward to it. And protesters have filled the streets in the cities across America for the first time since the grand jury ruled no Louisville police officer would be directly charged in her death. The family of Breonna Taylor is speaking publicly about the decision. That's next on Valley News Live at 4.
In Grand Forks, we started the day with some rain. This time-lapse shows a beautiful shower making its way through the area. I'll have your hour-by-hour forecast coming up next.